I will never forget the moment in the doctor's office where I saw a sonogram of my oldest son for the very first time, and I just paused and I tried to take it in. What I was seeing, how it was possible that here we're looking at a picture of our oldest child, and this child was not even born yet. And I paused and stopped and thought, Marabu Ma'asecha Hashem. We are fortunate to live in a world, in a generation, in which Hashem has shared with mankind the incredible insights to his Bria, to how he has created the world, and has given us the opportunity to be able to experience things on a medical level that thousands of years have really been a mystery to mankind. And we are given the opportunity not only to experience things such as a sonogram, but also to be able to be granted the ability to improve our lives throughout our lives on multiple levels with the advances of medicine every single day and the breakthroughs that keep on happening. And all of that needs to be looked at a context of Hashem's actions and Hashem's ongoing interest and ongoing hands-on interaction with our world. Now, the idea of this sonogram is on my mind because in Parshas Toldos, we really on some level experience the world's very first sonogram. Rivka Imenu is pregnant, and this is a very famous medrash that many of us remember from the very first time we learned Chumash. Many of our children or grandchildren will recite it at this week's Shabbos table. And Rivka feels that when she's going by the house of idol worship, this baby is moving around and trying to get out. And then she feels when she goes by the Yeshiva Shem Va'ever, this baby is trying to get out there too. And so Rivka, on this spiritual level, says, I'm confused. What's going on with this baby inside? And so she decides to go to the Yeshiva of Shem Va'ever, where she undergoes a sonogram. But of course, this wasn't a sonogram like we have today. It was a sonogram of divine inspiration. And Rivka Imenu was told that what's happening inside of you makes perfect sense. That's because there's not one baby in there. There's two. And these babies are very different and are going to be very different in the world. And they're so different that already they seem to be not getting along inside the womb. One of them will be focused on materialism, on trying to advance and gain as much materialism as possible, living every day by the sword and cutting down anyone who is in their way. The other will be someone who will try to connect on a spiritual level and connect his existence to Hashem, and will be the legacy that you, Rivka, will maintain forever and ever. And so Rivka now understands that she has Yaakov and Esav inside of her. And she understands why Esav is running to get out. But why is Yaakov running to get out? Another famous Gemara, the Gemara Nida, tells us that when a baby is in utero, there's a malach, there's an angel that's teaching the baby Kol HaTorah, all of the Torah. So why would Yaakov want to go to a yeshiva, Shem Va'ever, if he's learning everything he needs to know right inside in utero? So Rabbanim Pshischa explains very beautifully, and I think it's something which is so applicable to our lives. He says it's not that Yaakov was not learning with the malach inside of Rivka. It's that Yaakov had an environment in the womb that he already didn't like. That was an environment with an Esav. It was an environment that was toxic to him. And he knew that as much as he was learning with the greatest chavrusa, with an angel, yet he wasn't able to grow because of the person who he was with and the impact that that person was having in hampering his ability to grow, and an impact that person was having on his environment. And of course, we are to understand this on a completely different level. After all, they were little babies in their mother's womb. But on a deeper spiritual level, we're to understand this in a very practical way, in that there are relationships that we have. There are some times that we are in an environment which is toxic to us, and that toxicity hampers our ability to grow on multiple levels. It might hamper our ability to grow on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, on a religious level. There may be sarcasm and negativity that's attached to it that doesn't allow us to be ourselves. And so what we need to do is we need to make sure that we change our environment. And this applies not only to us as adults, but to our children and to our grandchildren as well. We need to be aware We can't take our environment for granted. We need to step back and think, are the people that I'm associating with good for me? Are they helping me grow as a human being, as a person? Are they helping me grow as an Orthodox Jew? Or are they pulling me back? And that's a question that we need to ponder, and we need to answer, and we need to act on. And in doing so, may we be zocha, may we merit that we always continue to grow, sometimes less and sometimes more, but always having the pendulum going in the right direction. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.